Hey, how are you doing? So you probably, if you've been online for some time in your life, you probably noticed the whole introvert versus extrovert discussion, like how it's like the whole polarity of it, how it's so black and white. You either hate people and you're an introvert, or you are so outgoing and just love social gatherings and then you're an extrovert. But I'm here to tell you in this video that it's actually not that simple. For years, I thought, ever since going online and seeing these kind of categories, I thought I was an introvert. I class myself as one because I always found it hard to meet new people. But then recently, the more I thought about it, I was like, well, wait, I do love people actually. I love being with people. I love meeting friends. When I was in school and when I was in university, I had a very tight-knit group of friends. I always was hanging out with them. I always liked having them over. In university as well, I always had people over and we were hanging out, chilling, going out as well. And I was like, that's not really introvert behavior, is it? Turns out I'm not an introvert. I'm a shy extrovert. Oh dear. And if you've been misdiagnosing yourself, it might be holding you back. So in this video, I will discuss, first of all, what the hell is a shy extrovert, the difference between that and an introvert. I will discuss why misdiagnosing yourself might be harmful to you, and then I'll give some general tips that have helped me try and get some of you shy extroverts out of your shell and make you more comfortable. So if you're interested, hang around. So firstly, you probably already know this, but let's go through the basics. Introverts lose energy by being around people. Extroverts, they gain energy by being around people. Shy extroverts crave social interactions, but struggle to initiate it. So shy extroverts, we might be avoiding going to events, we might be avoiding going to certain social gatherings, not because we don't want to, because we overthink everything that leads up to it. So if you constantly feel like you're socially exhausted, but you actually have a craving to be out there, to meet people, to go to events, to make new friends, you are probably not an introvert. You might just be shy. I think understanding this distinction is quite important. It's kind of like an unfortunate life paradox, right? You love people, but you are shy. Think of it like, I don't know, being super ambitious and having lots of plans, but you've got ADHD and you just procrastinate the whole day. That really hurts. It's very similar. It's like you like the idea of meeting new people, but the thought of actually doing it, right before doing it, you freeze up. So for me, the problem was never people. Like I said, I love people. I love people close to me. I have a good time. I love being myself in front of the people I trust. So that's never really the problem. The problem is new people, strangers, going to unfamiliar environments. That's where the frustration of being a shy extrovert comes from. It's like you want to do it, but your own brain stops you from doing it. Whereas if you're an introvert, you're absolutely fine without people, You can sit at home, and I imagine they get peace from that. They're really content, and they can just stay there all their lives. I'm not sure what being an introvert feels like, but for me, I want to go out there. I want to go to the streets. What I really want to do actually is do public stuff, not stunts or anything, but just talk to people, the public, and ask them questions. I did do that in China, but I was with a close friend, so I felt more comfortable, and my close friend helped me to initiate that interaction, or sometimes the stranger that I'm next to actually initiated with me. These struggles aren't just inconvenient, they can have deeper consequences on our well-being. If you mislabel yourself, and I feel like that's a new thing. Before social media, people wouldn't even be talking about this, right? But because of social media and because of how common these types of memes are, right? Introvert versus extrovert, there is genuinely a big chunk of young people especially who label themselves wrong, and then that can have consequences. They may end up social situations because they believe that they're just not social people. And if they are in fact extroverts and they gain their energy from people, that can lead to loneliness, even mild depression, isolation, Yeah, I mean, there are people out there who just never bother to even push themselves to go out to events, go out to meet people, go to clubs, go to, gatherings, birthdays, whatever. Not because they don't want to, but because they just assume that's their personality. If you're constantly feeling stuck, socially unfulfilled, or just bored, that might be why. The question is, how can we break free from this cycle and embrace our true nature? Well, the first step for me was just this realization and the figuring out, right? I stopped labeling myself as an introvert. And when it came to doing something, like chatting to a new person, making small talk, rather than saying, hey, I'm not a social person and avoiding it, I changed that sentence to, I like being social, but I find it difficult to initiate, right? So you just reframe yourself. And the second step is to create low-stake goals. If you don't train that muscle, it will only get worse, the social muscle. So just create small goals for yourself. Smile at a stranger, say hello. Up north, it's much easier. When I pass people by, people always say hello to each other, especially when you do like nature walks. Not so much in towns, but yeah, definitely on nature walks, as you pass people by, they're like, hello, how's it going? Good morning, what's up? All that good stuff. So yeah, just do that at least whenever you can, or at work, greet people, smile, ask a coworker how was their weekend, and text a friend maybe, and set a goal to attend, let's say, one event a month. And the third thing is, keep training it like a muscle. Keep training your social ability like a muscle. Exposure therapy really works. So if you start with easy interactions before going into deeper conversations, that will really help. And then you never know, from small talk, you may be really talking to your new best friend. Who knows? You can learn conversational openers, practice small talk, and just eventually you will find that you will get comfortable with casual chats. Like at work, one of the advices that my manager gave to me, he said, when you have a spare moment, actually go and talk to people, see what's up, go to other departments. It's so important. Like, even with the rise of AI and all this technology that's going around the world, I think the biggest skill is still people skills. I think that's the most valuable skill. If you know how to work with people, you should be okay at work. So yeah, I started doing that, and it makes days at work so much more bearable, so much more fun. And there's studies that show that people who consistently practice, you over time will reduce your social anxiety. You will reduce your shyness. So shyness is something that you can actually fix. Not at first, it's not easy, but if you do it with intention, you will do it. And you can redefine what social success looks like. So on social media, we see extroverts as like the life of a party being. Extrovert just means you gain energy from people. So you don't need to be the life of the party. Just showing up is a win. Just interacting is already a win for you. And it's okay to have quiet moments in situations. Don't compare yourself to others. Don't be blinded by what social media is doing to us. It's setting up so many wrong expectations of what it is to be human. And don't wait for the perfect moment. The hardest part is getting started. Once you've said hello, they said hello, you suddenly realize, oh my God, well, that was easy, right? They're nice. They didn't just shoot me in the face or something like that. Yeah, once you're in the conversation, it's usually fine. Instead of overthinking the perfect approach, just go for it. Don't be like, should I say hi or hello? Should I ask them about the weather, or should I ask them what they had for dinner? Just go and say hi, right? It's that simple. I would say to you, the shy extrovert, your social skills aren't broken. They're just out of practice. And especially the older you get, the harder it gets, right? Like I said, when I was in school, I constantly was with friends. When I'm in university, I'm always with my university classmates and housemates. But then you get less and less opportunities. And if you classify yourself as an introvert, you don't even seek those opportunities. So your social muscle is getting worse. It can be improved. Taking these steps leads to a much more fulfilling social life. So if there's anything to take away from this video, look, if you truly enjoy being alone and socializing drains you, then yes, you are an introvert. But if you feel unfulfilled after too much time alone, if you're bored, if you wish you were with people, but you just find it hard to go somewhere, you are a shy extrovert. I want to leave you with a little quote. Do not let your difficulties fill you with anxiety. After all, it is only in the darkest night that stars shine more brightly. So, let me know in the comments, do you relate to this? Have you ever misdiagnosed yourself as an introvert and actually you just might be shy? If you've let social media ruin your life and set wrong expectations and you're constantly comparing yourself to others, I suggest that you check this video out. It might just help you. And I'll see you there. Bye-bye.